This is the team of Tanalian Aviation. Every day they risk everything. Alaska's treacherous terrain and wicked weather make this the world's most dangerous place to fly. These are the tales of Alaska's ultimate bush pilots.
It's not until you fly and go places that you can't access by road, then you see Alaska.
Being a bush pilot is hours and hours of boredom, broken by seconds of sheer terror.
Man, there's drama in doing this. There's a lot of stuff that happens, a lot of tragedies. But when you land on a mountain out there and you get out of the helicopter and look at what is in front of us, it's amazing.
You got the fuel valve on?
No.
Tanalian Aviation is a new breed of bush pilot, flying helicopter charters and tours out of Anchorage, Alaska.
The forecast is to gust between 30 and 40.
Owner Joel Natwick started the company in 1992.
We go all over the state.
Their fleet consists of 3 R-44 helicopters, an R-22, a Bell 206 Jet Ranger, and a Piper Super Cub fixed wing.
Tanalian Aviation, this is Carrie. How may I help you?
With 5 pilots and countless dangerous jobs weekly, manager Carrie keeps operations running safely.
I get to do everything in the office that needs to be done. Scheduling, coordinating our flights with our pilots, checking whether the routes are going to go, and really help take this business to the next level. When are you looking at doing an ice climbing adventure? So I just got a call from 3 ice climbers. They want to go out to Knik Glacier. I'm gonna set them up with Josiah because he is the perfect pilot to take him out ice climbing because he's an avid ice climber and outdoorsman himself.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Ready to go ice climbing?
Yeah.
All right. 5.
Yeah.
Originating in the Italian Alps, the sport is similar to rock climbing, but ice axes and crampons are used to ascend the frozen surface.
So it's your first time in a helicopter?
Yeah, super excited.
Oh, it's gonna be the best.
Cool.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, well, hopefully nothing.
Let's go. Okay, everybody ready? Yeah. Let's go flying.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
The group is flying to the Knik Glacier, about 50 miles east of Anchorage on the northern end of the Chugach Mountains.
It's a great valley up there. Really grand.
Oh, yeah.
Flying around up here is just, it's incredible. The wilderness is so big here, and the beauty, and a lot of times I'm kind of in church up here.
Yep.
We're in Alaska. It's dangerous, it's scary, but we get to go to some of the most amazing places on Earth.
Let me get a couple wrenches.
Back at the hangar, Chief Pilot Mark Barker is performing routine maintenance on one of Tanalian's helicopters.
This is a 2,200-hour overhaul, so we're making sure all the wiring's good. We just have ended up putting in the transmission, the main rotor gearbox. The big thing we're waiting for now is the engine. When we do these overhauls, we sort of do them in a component fashion and then bring the whole component in. I know it looks like it's all apart, but it's actually pretty close to being done.
The overhaul means a helicopter is completely disassembled, inspected, and reassembled. It can take months.
Proper maintenance on these things could be the difference between life and death.
A reality Mark knows all too well.
If you fly in Alaska any time at all, you're gonna have close calls, whether it's a mechanical issue or whatever. My buddy John Eshelman, he was a high-time pilot. So they had this big cargo airplane, C-123, kind of a Vietnam-era airplane, and he's flying to Fairbanks. When you fly from here to Fairbanks, there's about a 10-minute period that there's just nowhere to land. The river's at the bottom of a valley and the highway hangs on the side of the valley. There's just nowhere to go. And we really don't know to this day what happened. It appears either one engine went bad or one engine failed or the propeller failed or something, and they ended up crashing right in Denali National Park.
Alaska averages 100 aircraft accidents annually, more than any state in the U.S.
A lot of the accidents could have been prevented if people would have done more maintenance. Because if something happens, yeah, it could be catastrophic.
A big reason for Alaska's many plane crashes, the weather.
It's a little windy.
Which Josiah and his group of ice climbers are experiencing right now.
Do that very much for turbulence here locally.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. What's that? So normally when we head out to Knik Glacier, we'll start climbing right away and go up and over the mountain. But today, we got high winds and some cloud cover up in the mountains, so we're kind of having to go around a little bit.
Flight plans are frequently changed due to threatening weather. A seemingly safe route 1 minute can quickly turn lethal.
This is usually the worst spot.
It is more dangerous to fly in Alaska than other places. It's the unknowns. It's the weather and the wind and the mountains and all the things you encounter that you can't predict.
We'll get a few bumps here crossing this ridge line and then we'll drop down out of the wind. Good, because this is nasty.
Alaska is not a tame lion. Beautiful, majestic, but not to be messed with. So we fly with the right mixture of let's get the job done, but with caution.
While taking a group to ice climb on Knik Glacier,
I'm gonna approach into the wind here.
Josiah runs into high winds and extreme turbulence.
It's pretty windy out here today, pretty bumpy, so I'll just take it nice and easy.
I think being a bush pilot in Alaska kind of covers a lot of areas. It's everything you have to deal with. The weather, the mountain flying, the wind. So flying in Alaska brings unique challenges.
Actually, it looks a little better here. Let's go see if we can check out the Klutna. All right.
The glacier's always changing, so we don't have a specific spot we always go to. Sometimes you'll see a spot that looks good from up high and you'll get down low and it's not as good as it looked from up high.
Yeah, there's some ice.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't think I want to land on this ice. I don't trust it. It's just been so warm and the ice could be rotten. We just don't know.
Yeah.
So we're not going to land on it today.
If you land on the glacier in the wrong spot, it can be $1 million mistake. The worst thing that could happen is you land on the ice and break through and go in the water.
Actually, let's run up here and check out Hunter Creek real quick.
Oh, there's some ice back there.
Yeah, look at that.
Can you land on like that type of shrubbery stuff there?
No, I'm looking for a spot right now. Let's see if there's a place on top of this thing to land. Oh, look at this. Okay, guys, I think I got a good spot here. Nice and level. Looks like some good climbing nearby.
Yeah.
The glacier in the winter can be pretty tricky. The snow will mask crevasses and holes on the glacier, and you could end up falling right through the snow into a moulin or a crevasse.
All right.
Ice thickness can be determined by color. Blue is the strongest. Light gray to dark black, the weakest.
Yeah, this looks good here.
While Josiah and his group search for a good climbing wall,
Oh, that's good. Right there.
flight instructor Johnny Lukens and owner Joel Netwick are gearing up for a training day.
Okay, we got the door clear?
Yeah, you're clear.
Commercial pilots must be reviewed annually,
What you hit?
so frequent practice is essential.
Joel and I are going to go out to practice for his 135 check ride.
One major component of the exam, how to recover from engine failure.
go ahead and fill the main up first.
We'll top off.
Today's test has Johnny in an uncomfortable position. He'll be training Joel.
It's a little weird training your boss, but we have a good enough relationship to where we can put aside the employee-employer relationship and change it into a instructor-student relationship.
Johnny will make me sweat. Johnny will try to ruffle my feathers. Johnny will put me under simulated stress.
Yep, that's the idea.
And he's gonna see how I do. It's kind of tough because I'm the boss.
I think what we'll do today is work on, you know, a little bit more advanced stuff. We're gonna do some zero airspeed autos.
Zero airspeed?
Yeah.
Okay.
What he needs to work on today are auto rotations, which is the maneuver that we do to practice for engine failures in a helicopter.
During auto rotation, the engine is put into idle and the helicopter falls. On the way down, the pilot must keep the aircraft angled to allow airflow upward, which keeps the blade spinning.
So we probably got some turbulence up in the Knik River
weather
Valley.
coming in, yeah.
The only thing that's tricky today is that the winds are scheduled to pick up, to gust up to like 30 knots, and that makes things a little more hectic, but let's go, man. Let's see what happens.
Helicopter 7083 Mike, we are 1,000 feet and below, just 2 miles to the east, to the west of the old Glen Highway Bridge. I always get my east and west mixed up.
You're one of my pilots?
Joel and Johnny are heading 40 miles northeast of Anchorage to the Knik River Valley, about the same place Josiah battled high winds.
We're going to be in the lee of this big mountain. If wind is going to be spilling over, that's going to add to the turbulence that we're going to get when we get in there. So you're going to have to tighten your controls even that much better to keep everything within tolerances.
Yep. You always need to pay attention to the wind. You're flying along every single day. You better know where that wind is coming from and have an idea how strong it is, because it can make the difference between life and death.
Go ahead and pick up, fly on board, get ourselves up to about 1,000 feet. Our PMs are good, airspeed's good.
Okay, we're at 1,000 feet.
Give it a shot, right?
Engine failure. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Suddenly we're dropping straight down to this spot. It was very intense, and I was a little scared.
Flying helicopters and airplanes in Alaska brings challenges that a pilot in the lower 48 might not have. Some good, some bad. So you always want to be prepared for an emergency.
Joel and Johnny are simulating helicopter engine failure above the Knik River Valley.
Your airspeed is going to be fluctuating a bunch because of wind gusts.
The high winds don't make the complicated task any easier.
We've got wind coming straight down the valley.
Kind of in the lee of the wind a little bit.
Yeah.
When you're trying to estimate just how strong is that wind and what should I do here, you got your work cut out for you.
Because with that headwind, we're just going to drop.
Okay, I'm going to watch my altitude really closely.
The wind pushes against the helicopter with such force, their descent angle will be aggressive.
Auto rotations can be dangerous because normally when the engine is on, the helicopter regulates the speed of the rotor disc. When we practice auto rotations, we roll the throttle off. The pilot is responsible for keeping the speed of the rotor disc where it needs to be. And if he doesn't do that properly, we fall out of the sky and there's no way to recover from it.
Engine failure. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Johnny, this feels so weird, man. Coming in this deep, but we got it.
I know. We kind of came almost straight down, maybe a 75-degree angle. Normally, you'd come down at a 45-degree angle and you would have a longer ground run. This time, we came straight down like an elevator.
With the steep descent angle, any mistake could be deadly.
Okay, I can tell right now we're short. Look at that, we're not going to hit our spot at all. We got the horn going off. Seeing the effect of the wind on your descent profile.
Yep.
It shows you how important it is to always be thinking about the wind while you're flying.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw fluctuations in our airspeed going 15, 20 knots. And so flying in those conditions with the engine uncoupled is nerve-wracking.
All right, man. Let's try that again.
Okay, there's 1,000 feet.
All right. There's that turbulence again.
Yeah, we're gonna go super steep this time.
Give it a little bit more time.
Engine failure in 3, 2, 1.
Nice. Oh yeah. Looking good now. I'd say that was a darn good one.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
With the spot.
Right where? Right there. All right. Yeah, we made it. We entered the max glide to get her to our spot. You ended right where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
You got it.
I felt like it went really well, and I felt like I learned a lot. He told me I did great.
That's probably the most realistic training we've done yet. We would have walked away from all those.
Right.
That's the main goal.
That's the main goal.
Yeah.
Gotta stay alive.
Gotta stay alive. Well, I'm glad we got that in.
Oh, that was great, man.
On the other side of the valley, Josiah and his passengers are climbing Knik Glacier. It's one of the largest in south central Alaska, with an ice field 25 miles long and 5 miles wide.
How about just this whole wall? This
It looks pretty steep, but
yeah, a bit steeper than you'll get on most any waterfall. When I'm climbing, watch out for ice breaking off.
nice.
What we don't want is to get underneath one of these overhanging blocks of ice.
Glaciers are frozen rivers. They're always moving. Overhanging ice can break away, a very real danger that often kills climbers.
It's going to be hard keeping your feet on the wall, and with ice.
Climbing.
Climb on.
Oh, got it.
Keep your toes pointed straight. There you go.
Yeah.
Don't turn your heels in. This glacier ice is really hard right now. Makes it tough.
It's a lot harder than it looks. Ah! This is not. Ah!
Oh boy.
There's a lot that could go wrong ice climbing. Anchors can pull out, gear can fail. You have to know what you're doing.
Be careful.
Being a pilot in Alaska, I'm all about an adrenaline rush, and my job gives me that every day. So I could not be happier with my job. I love it.
Josiah and his climbers are attempting to tame Knik Glacier. But right now, the glacier is taming them.
These are holds or not.
It's steep. It's really steep.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Ice climbing can be tough. The ice we had on this climb was really hard. So your picks aren't going in very deep, your crampons aren't sticking into the ice very deep.
Oh, man. Ah!
Oh! Yeah!
Ah!
Don't pull the axis towards you, just pull down on them.
Oh, man.
It's really hard. Uh-oh. Watch the anchor. Watch the rope.
One wrong axe chop could sever her rope and send her crashing to the ground.
There
Yeah,
you go.
just like that.
Man, she's cruising. Nice!
Woo!
Yeah!
Woo!
Nice work!
Woo!
How do your forearms feel?
I can't feel. I'll let you know when I can feel them. Oh, that was a struggle. Totally worth it.
Nice. Jillian, are you ready to come down?
Yes, please. Thanks, Ben.
Jeez,
You didn't die.
I can't believe you kept moving on that.
I like doing tours because I get to show off the state and we get to go to some of the most amazing places on Earth.
Josiah is an awesome pilot. He feels safe with him, so it's...
You can definitely tell he knows what he's doing. It's not his first rodeo.
One of the reasons I feel really good about Tanalian Aviation is that we have a lot of depth and a lot of experience. And everybody who's out doing the hardcore flying, the bulk of our flying, are very aware that they could be next.
Though they fly some of the most dangerous skies on the planet, Tanalian's experienced pilots are not risk takers. They aren't daredevils. They're just Alaskans who love to fly.
This is a dream job for me. People spend thousands of dollars to come up here and experience what I experience every day.
Watch your head, Josiah, coming around.
Do you know what you're doing?
No, I have no idea. We're trying to make this fun. And sometimes you're busy, and you just go home and you're sick of flying this stupid helicopter and you just want to go home. But it's a chance of a lifetime, and we get to do it every day. It's crazy.